Welcome to Storybridge English, where stories meet real life.
Life Through Books. Lord of the Flies Reflection by Storybridge English. When I first read Lord of the Flies in high school, I was struck by how dark and realistic the story felt. It challenged me to see a side of humanity I had never considered before. I kept asking myself, how could children act in such violent and heartless ways? It was hard to imagine that innocence could disappear so quickly. At that time, I thought the novel was simply too dark and unrealistic. Years later, in my early 20s, I joined a short-term mission trip to the Amazon jungle. The place we visited was far removed from modern civilization. There was no television, no locked doors, and people lived as one large family. There was no crime or deceit, at least from what I could see. It felt peaceful, almost pure, as if the world had stopped before corruption ever began. Each day, our team spent time with the children. We made crafts, sang songs, and at the end of the day, we gave them candies as small gifts. The children's laughter filled the air, and their joy seemed completely innocent. But then, something surprising happened. After receiving a candy, some of the children returned, pretending they had not gotten one. When I told them no, they hid the candy in their pockets and came back again. When I checked their pockets, they began to hide it under their hats. That moment changed the way I understood human nature. These children had never watched television, learned from city life, or been exposed to modern competition. Yet they still knew how to deceive in order to get what they wanted. No one had taught them to lie. They simply followed an instinct that already existed within them. That experience made me see Lord of the Flies differently. What once felt brutal and exaggerated now seemed honest and profoundly human. The novel reveals that morality is not only something we learn, it is something we must constantly choose. Human nature carries both compassion and selfishness, both empathy and desire. When the boundaries of society disappear, those hidden instincts rise to the surface. In Lord of the Flies, the boys start as innocent children, but isolation and fear strip away the thin layer of civilization that protects their morality. They do not become evil because of the island itself. They simply reveal what was already inside them. That realization is unsettling because it reflects us all. It shows how fragile our sense of right and wrong can be when structure and accountability vanish. Reading this novel again as an adult helped me recognize that goodness is not guaranteed by environment, education, or religion. It is a daily decision, shaped by awareness and self-control. Every person holds the potential for both creation and destruction. And what defines us is which part we allow to lead. Lord of the Flies is not only about the fall of a group of boys on an island. It is a mirror held up to humanity itself. It reminds us that the line between civilization and chaos is much thinner than we want to believe. And perhaps, the true strength of being human lies not in denying our darker nature, but in recognizing it, and choosing to act with conscience and compassion despite it.
What do you think about this reflection? Do you agree or see it differently? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and like so you won't miss other book reflections and stories.